What are the top 5 flat earth myths that people actually still seem to believe? Yeah, 5-ish. Let's find out, shall we? Please subscribe.
Now what we not finna do is play with God's word.
Don't worry, I'm not fit in to play with anything that God has to offer. Doesn't sound quite as cool when I say it, does it?
Now if God said he laid the earth on its foundations and put a firmament over us, then that's exactly what he did.
Okay, have you not seen Training Day?
It's not what you know, it's what you can prove.
See, in the Bible, God told Isaiah the difference between a ball and a circle.
Well, if that's what the Bible says, then it must be true, obviously, because everyone knows that the Bible is far better than any scientific textbook ever written.
In the Bible, God also speaks about the 4 corners of the earth. A ball does not have corners, but a flat surface do.
Ah, do it now. Well, the next time you're going to order a pizza, ask the pizza store to cut it into 4 corners for you and see what sort of reaction you get. Because that's a bit of a stretch, even by flat earth standards. A flat round disc does not have corners.
Now when I say 4 corners of the earth, this is what I mean.
Ah, tricky. If you cut a flat surface into 4 pieces, each piece will have corners where the cuts intersect, but the original round surface itself still doesn't have corners. You've just turned flat earth into a giant space pizza.
Same way that man made a compass, a circle compass, and put north, east, south, and west. I'm speaking of exactly that.
Ah, the old compass argument, eh? Now, I'm not going to jump the gun here. I'm going to let her say what she's about to say. But if she's about to say what I think she's about to say, oh dear.
Now remember when I said that God made the earth as a compass?
Well, you did say it about 3 seconds ago, so yeah, even I remember.
Okay, so let's talk about it. Now the compass only recognizes north. North always points towards the center. Hint, the North Pole.
Oh, I haven't got any hints, only questions. Now, looking at your diagram, north is in the center of the flat earth, which is wrong anyway. South is every direction. And east and west seem to be clockwise and anti-clockwise. How does that work then? Oh, that's right. It doesn't.
Any other direction is only based off the direction of north. How could a compass point south on a globe if they are saying that south is downwards?
They? What the hell have they got to do with it? And who are they anyway? But they would be wrong because there is no down on a spherical earth.
East and west are curved lines that constantly readjust to align with north.
Ah, right, so on a flat earth, east and west aren't always in the same place. My word, that must make getting anywhere an absolute nightmare.
So y'all question is, how come when I'm flying in a plane, I end up in the same place I came from?
Because you bought a return ticket?
Well, that only happens with east and west. So if you say that you circled the whole world and ended up in the same place, that's because you were going east and west.
And now I'm as lost as you would be if any of what you were saying was true.
But let me tell you something. Traveling south is a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, because if you're traveling south, then it means you're not really traveling in any of the other directions. Ergo, a whole different ballgame. That's what you meant, isn't it?
See, because south is any direction leaving the center.
How can you possibly have more than one southern direction?
See, because if you begin to head south, you will reach the Antarctica ice wall.
Well, I mean, if you started traveling south and kept going, you would eventually hit the continent of Antarctica. But I think if you went there looking for an ice wall, you're going to be really disappointed. Ice floats on water, you dumbass! It wouldn't make much of a wall, would it?
So traveling south, you will never end up back at the same place.
Well, you would, but whatever. Are we still on number 3, by the way? And just as a little side note, if you tried doing that on a flat earth, you would just be stuck in a continuous circular loop, as opposed to a square loop. Why did I say circular? Can you have a loop that isn't circular?
See, because there's a reason they won't allow y'all to travel south and end up at the ice wall.
No, there's not. Oh, Jesus.
Like, bruh, come on. Even the compass don't want you traveling south.
I will travel in any direction I want to. No compass is the boss of me.
That's why it always points back to north, telling you to turn around every time you start to travel south.
Yeah, she's cuckoo.
Because if you decide to keep going and get past that ice wall, you will realize there is in fact a firmament over us, keeping anyone from leaving this earth.
Apart from all the people who have, obviously. Now, can I ask a couple of questions at this point in the video? Now, they may seem like stupid questions, but, you know, they are questions about flat Earth, so, yeah. If there is a firmament covering the entire Earth, encapsulating it, if you will, who put it there? Oh, yeah, that's right, you think God put it there. Okay, we'll forget that question then, but who maintains it? Who keeps it clean? And given the fact that there are literally billions of motor vehicles on Earth, and that's without even considering aircraft, you think the firmament would have gotten dirty by now. Well, there's a job I wouldn't want to have, cleaning the firmament. But somebody must be doing it. Otherwise, we'd see it.
We couldn't be living in a globe if we wanted to. See, water has to be contained.
And it is by this handy-dandy little thing we like to call... One second, I've just had the best idea in the world. Somebody who's far more qualified than me to explain the concept.
Gravity, you freak. Gravity! Have you ever heard of gravity? Gravity! Gravity!
They say that the Earth is 71% water, so that by itself would be impossible.
Oh, you were doing so well, and I had such high hopes for you. The Earth's surface is 71% water, not the Earth.
And I know y'all probably be wondering, where do rainbows come from?
Well, I wasn't, but go on. Oh, is this number 4?
Now, scientists will tell you they self. To make a rainbow, you need water, light, and a mirror.
Scientists say that? Ah, you must mean flat Earth scientists. Anyway, all you need to make a rainbow is sunlight, water droplets, also known as rain, and the correct viewing angle. Now, for a rainbow to be clearly visible, you need to have the sun behind you and the water droplets in front of you. And the angle between the direction of the sunlight and your line of sight to the droplets should be about 42 degrees. Mirror? You need a mirror for? Oh, is it so you can look at yourself while you're looking at the rainbow?
See them big rainbows that you see is proof that we live underneath a firmament. It's the sunlight reflecting off of the firmament to remind us of his promise to never flood the earth again.
Now, I don't want to just come out with it and say you're wrong, but you are. Everybody knows the only reason we have rainbows is so that some lucky person can find a pot of gold at the end of it. What are you laughing at? That's no more stupid than what she just said.
God said he set the earth on its foundations so that it should never be moved. But scientists are saying that we are spinning and moving 1,040 miles per hour.
Scientists say. You do realize that the Earth is absolutely enormous. It's huge. That 1,040 miles per hour, you'll never guess what that comes out to. One rotation in 24 hours.
Do y'all know who this man is? Probably not. But this is Richard E. Byrd. He was one of the first to discover Antarctica in 1928. See, he found evidence of the flat earth with the firmament over us.
So what about James Cook, who crossed the Arctic Circle in 1772 to 1775? But to be fair, he didn't actually see land. But then there's Fabian Gottlieb van Bellingshausen, and he's often credited with the first confirmed sighting of mainland Antarctica on January 27th, 1820. Now, I wonder if there's a reason why you left those guys out.
See, he traveled all the way to the four corners of the earth.
Right, I've got to say it. So, going back to her flat earth model from earlier, this one, which is really stupid, but all four corners are literally right next to each other, so he didn't exactly travel far, did he? Don't you just love it when one point a flat earther makes is completely destroyed by another point they make?
See, and when he found this discovery, what did our government do? They all went down to Antarctica 3 years later to claim a piece of it and to keep the truth hidden from us.
Well, I suppose at least she hasn't said that the Antarctic Treaty is something which it isn't.
That's why the Antarctica ice wall today is just like Area 51. Nobody could go there. Why is that?
Because it doesn't exist.
Because my question is, how you gonna fly to the moon when God said he made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day and the lesser light to rule the night? Meaning that the moon and the sun ain't even solid objects. They're luminary.
Oh crap, don't tell me she's got more than 5. I thought that was a really good title for a video and I'm not changing it now, so we'll just, we'll just roll them into... Anyway, you were saying?
Come on, bro. Everybody know that landing was fake. The flag up there waving. you could see a shadow on the moon. Y'all talking about the stars as outer space, but in the videos and in the pictures, there's no stars in space.
Now, I lost the will to live at about minute 4 of this video, so I'm not going to go too in-depth with this explanation, but Google how cameras work, and in particular shutter speeds, and then you'll have your answer to why there are no stars visible in the photos we have from space. There is literally a flag on the moon right now that was put there by man. And whether you choose to believe that or not is completely irrelevant. That doesn't change the fact that there is.
Cause y'all gonna have to do more than that to convince me.
Like what? Have a whip around and send you to the moon so you can check for yourself? Actually, that's not a bad idea. But, you know, times are hard. Maybe we'll only be able to afford a one-way ticket.
Cause in Romans 3 and 4, God said, let Yah be the truth and every man a liar.
Well, there you go then. You've literally just proved yourself wrong and called yourself a liar, because obviously I can tell that you're not a man, but I'm sure God wasn't being sexist when he wrote the Bible.
But I know y'all gonna ask me, Anaya, how do sunsets work if the earth is flat?
They don't, because it isn't.
See, on y'all's globe earth, y'all believe that the sun is setting and rising, but in reality, it's all just about perspective.
And from my perspective, you're a complete moron, so I can't wait to hear what you say about the sun rising and setting.
For example, have y'all ever heard of a vanishing point? See, because in reality, the sun and the moon are not setting and rising.
Well, that's the first right thing you've said in your whole video, because technically speaking, you're right. The sun doesn't rise and set. It's just that where you are on the globe rotates into the sun's light.
Okay, so y'all like, yeah, nah, I mean, that sound good. But how do seasons work then? See, what I need y'all to know is that the sun and the moon are actually closer than what they are telling y'all. The sun and the moon are inside the firmament with us. See, electromagnetism actually perfectly explains how the sun and the moon rotates on Earth.
Now, electromagnetism does play a crucial role in lots of different phenomena, but the way the moon and the sun behave, orbit, or whatever you want to call it, no, not so much.
See, the sun and the moon are not rock or gas, they're light sources. Now, these light sources are in the shape of a disc that rotate the Earth like a clock.
Oh, hang on a second, I've not heard that one before. So are you not only claiming that the Earth is flat, but that the moon and the sun are also flat and inside the firmament?
But in a coil-like spiral, dictating the seasons and the climate as it goes. See, now when the sun is beyond the equator ring, the northern hemisphere experiences summer, and the southern hemisphere experiences winter.
And I'm sure the southern hemisphere is very grateful for that, but that doesn't line up with anything we see in reality.
You got y'all thinking that there's life beyond the Earth. There is no space. There is no other planets out there. God says...
Yeah, we've heard it all before. God says blah, blah, blah. So another question from little old me, if I may. If the Earth was by some miracle actually flat and space was fake, where exactly is the flat Earth then? I mean, even if the Earth was flat, it would still need to be somewhere. And space is ideal because there's so much of it.
God tells us he placed water above the firmament.
Hang on a second, I think I can see another flaw in your logic. Now, you just said there is nothing outside the firmament, and now you're saying that there's water outside the firmament. And you also said earlier on that water must be in a container or be contained. So what contains the water that's outside the firmament then?
They are steady trying to break the firmament. They trying to nuke the firmament, sending rockets up there to break the firmament. They trying everything in their power.
What? Just in case. Oh, you're still here then. I hope you enjoyed this video and maybe even learned something new. If you did, then you'll probably enjoy this video as well. Don't forget to hit the like button if you haven't already, and subscribe if you're new. And I will see you all again very soon, or in a few minutes if you do decide to watch this recommended video. Love you, bye.